All right. So how's everybody doing? Okay. So today's stream is going to be really short. I'm going to have about 20 to 25 minutes max. Um, so I'm going to keep things very concise. I'm good. I'm good so far. We had some profit last night on the MAM account, on my standard personal as well. We're in one trade left, and that's on the pound Aussie. Just a few minutes ago, we were pretty close to hitting profit. It was about 10 pips away. Why short on the pound Aussie? Well, if you're new, I can go through. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Go over a couple things. I entered my first position based on a Harami candle after a big push. So you know that this pair has been in an uptrend for a while. Since down here, up at the top peak. My first position was entered after this Harami candle, after a new peak or new high was made. Didn't get much of a pullback. I was looking for more of a pullback. It didn't happen. Then it pushed back up. I entered at the next support resistance level. After that, and the next support and resistance for me was in this area, which was about 90 something pips, I think, from the original entry. Yeah, it was 90, about 91 pips. All right, so that's where I entered my second position, entered by itself. Now I was considering entering manually, waiting for another like inside candle or some kind of reversal candle. I never got it, but I did get one up here. One was up here, but I didn't enter there because it was too close to my second position already. So when I did see that happening, I saw that there was a lot of potential, or some potential for it to finally start moving downward. So I've caught that move. This is the move I'm looking for. This is the most retracement that this whole entire push from here up to here has given. So I would expect that to continue more. I'm going to hold this position throughout the day and see what happens. Okay. Trade FX, this kind of trading usually doesn't last too long. Where this is not, I'm not a good boy. So if you're wondering about that, look at Viper. You know, the Nick's VIP guy. He's lasted since 2014 or 2013 with this kind of trading. Look at Gold Star, same thing. Come on, Jaro, maybe not the best example, but he also does this type of trading. Steady capture, same thing. Why are you saying that this doesn't work when it's obviously working for multiple people, including myself? All right, so the Euro USD trade that I took profit during the Euro session last night. First entry was here, and I entered off of the Harami candle here with the new high. Also didn't get the move down that I was looking for. Then I re-entered based on the 4-hour candle, which I'll show you now. I entered again on the 4-hour after a new high was made, another inside candle, Harami, and then it pushed the pair pushed down from there. I took profit right about in this area here. So when the candle hit that area, that's when I pulled profit, and I came out with this is my account right now. Came out with during that Euro trade about 0.2% profit. just under 1/4%. I do, Mr. X. I do hold over the weekend. It's doesn't happen all the time. I'd like to close out before the weekend, if possible. So if this trade is close to my take profit by the end of the day, so like at 3 p.m. or 4, because the markets close at 5 p.m. for me. So a couple hours before, and it's close, I might just close it out for a small profit or break even, depending on how things are looking. But if it goes against me more, or if it's near, if it goes back up a little bit from here, like in this area, and closes up here, I will hold on to it. TradeFX, if you're aware of this account, I took over this account just a couple days ago. So this isn't me on this full account. It's some people that are coming in from the beginning, looking at this account at a 36% drawdown, or 30, whatever it was from the start. That's not my trading. This is I've taken over, and I think that might get lost in translation. So you need to do a little bit of research and find out who's actually trading this account and who's taken over before you post some comments regarding that account. Okay, so going to YouTube. See if there's anything going on. No. So let's talk about some trades, some pairs, what's going on in the market right now. Not a lot. The only pair that, or the only currency that has had any kind of news was 8:30 this morning. So about 40 minutes ago on the CAD. So not a lot going on the Euro US dollar. I was able to take my profit. Like I said, I had a very good second entry up here. Potter, and I remember you saying through the course of the night, when I go to sleep for over the 8 hours, I do look at the chat to see what's been talked about, and I saw that you and what's his name? Maybe he's not here anymore. You and another user were talking about my entries. And you said something about, I think that it would be better if Ryan's second entry was based on the idea of his first entry, which is that reversal candle in the price action. So my second entries will be a lot of times based on support resistance, or candlesticks as well. It can be either or. And I've said before that you know that I had a pending order placed up here. So this is order 1. I already explained where I entered there. Order 2 was based on the 4-hour chart. This was initially up here was my order 2, and this was a pending order placed up here, and then I X that out. After I entered here on the 4-hour chart, because of a candlestick, I canceled out my second pending order, and this became my second order. And then it also didn't become my third order as well. So I just deleted that pending order altogether, and then entered on another support resistance level on a pending order at that point. But before that order was even executed, my take profit was hit on my 2 orders, and I closed out everything. Yes, you're right, Potter. It's based on either my first entry, which is the reversal candle, or the harami, the inside candle after a new high or new low, or a big push in the market, and that goes for every single re-entry. So I'll take that entry on my second, third, fourth as well. But I will put a pending order based on support resistance, just in case that order is hit if I'm away from my computer, or if I'm sleeping, and that ends up being a decent place. But if I do get a Harami or candle or some kind of reversal candle before that pending order is executed, I sometimes will take it if it's not too close to my original order. So I don't want to take a reversal candlestick if it's 10 or 15 pips away from my original entry. It's too close. I don't want my grid or my basket trading to be too tight, because then if the market or if the pair goes against me, then I could be in some pretty big trouble. Yes, Potter. Yeah, if you guys have any questions regarding this, you can always ask me. You don't have to, ask other members or talk about it. Just ask me outright. I can answer those questions, even if it's something that you're skeptical about. I'm trying to. If somebody's skeptical about my trading, that's fine. I'm trying to be, easier going when it comes to that. Because I obviously know, I understand I don't have all the answers here, and so if somebody is skeptical, that's totally fine. I'm doing different things. I'm counter trend trading. I'm using price action. I don't have any indicators. So if you're skeptical, that's totally fine. I'm here to explain why I trade the way I do, why it's so far it's been successful, and why I also think it's going to continue. So let's talk about the pairs, because I do only have another 10 minutes or so before I have to sign off. So the pound is lowering. I told you yesterday that we're getting some reversal patterns going on there on the pound Japanese yen. Unfortunately, I didn't take this trade. I took the pound Aussie instead, and it looks like the yen would have been a better position. And the reason for that is because the euro at the same time was climbing, and so that would have been the better choice. I took the odd because it had moved higher, and I thought there was more potential for a retracement. Okay, so on the pound USD, same situation. Also a good Harami and a push down. I missed this candle. I believe I was sleeping. It was just before I woke up in the morning. It was at 6 a.m., at 5 a.m., and I was up at 6, so I missed it by an hour. So I would have taken that, the pound USD over the pound odd, because it was the first signal of that type or trigger, and that would have hit profit. So it's too bad I missed that. The euro Australian dollar, no signals or entries in this whole move up. I don't see any candles happening in there on the 4-hour or 1 hour. There was actually a candle. I didn't see this. There was an entry here. There was a weak Harami candle and a minor push down. And this is the euro odd. It went down about just over 20 pips. I would have looked for 30. I wasn't in this trade because I was on the euro US dollar. I try not to do crosses. So if I'm in on the euro US dollar, I won't take any USD pairs or euro pairs on top of that. It's very rare. Sometimes I'll do it, but I decided not to take this position, especially because I was on the pound odd and I was on the euro US dollar. So this would not have been a good choice. The Aussie position has been hurting my pound position because it's been taking this down move this entire time. Because of this has been moving downward, it's been causing the pound Aussie to go up during that course. So during this time, that's when this was moving up, when the Aussie on all pairs was losing value. So not the greatest option or course of events that happened when after I entered my pound trade, the Aussie started losing value, and that's why it started going against me, and I entered a second position. Right now, it's recovering because the pound is falling, and in a good way on most pound pairs, and the Aussie has slowed down its move on the downside. I'm not showing any kind of push back up yet. No candles indicating that it's going to move up higher, but it doesn't mean that it won't anyway. But because this is slowing down, it's not pushing down further, and the pound is losing value. That means that this is why I'm receiving this movement right here that I need on the pound Aussie. Okay, so looking further, all Japanese yen, there was a trade here. I didn't, I can't remember if I took that trade or not. But it was a good position. Oh yeah, I didn't take this position because there was odd news coming out. I ended up taking the NZD JPY on the same candle right here. New low, Harami candle, push up. I looked for 20 pips, 30 pips, and I got it. All right, so I'm gonna over the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna talk about, since there doesn't look like there's any real trades going on yet. Except for the one I have currently on the pound. So I'll hold that up, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of my stats. What's going on here? So this is just my MyFX book. I'm at 1187 on profit. It's also the SimpleTrader is showing the same thing. Now, if you're looking at my my profit today, it's just 0.19%, which is okay, just from 2 trades, 50% win rate. This week has been a great. This has been my best week in a month so far. I'm at 1.23% profit for the week. From 12 trades, only a 58% win rate. The trades have been sloppy. There haven't been very many trade wins this week, unfortunately. Most of them have been 2 or 3 levels. On my trades, which is just unfortunate sometimes that I have that luck, and I can't expect a clean move every single time. You can see that so far my highest point was 12.26%, and right now I'm at 11.87. And so I'm very close. I'll be if things go well next week, I should be finally be over my high water mark that was back on July 11th. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple questions for the next couple of minutes and see if there's anything that's been said. So you guys want me to analyze some of your looks like some of your pairs. Let's see if I can do some of that quickly. USD CAD is the first one that came across. Yes, guys, there was a trade on this pair, and I almost took it. I'm not really sure why I backed out. I think it's because I was on 2 pairs, and it was a USD. I was on the Euro US dollar, and I wasn't sure about taking the US dollar CAD. Because again, like I was telling before, I don't want to double up on currencies. I took this opportunity to not take this one, but it was a very good position. New low down here, Harami candle right here, good entry in the next candle, push back up, a good 20 to 30 pips profit. So right now I'm looking at if you're looking at trend trading this pair, you're looking at this level. It just hit. The wick closed below. I'd be looking potentially if this closes similar to where it is now at this level, it could go on more on the downside. Since it did break this support level up here, but it didn't close above it. So I'd be looking for a close above that level there in order for it to continue up. So right now I would still bet this would be on the downside. I'd be looking for a candle to close below this level here. And once it does, if it does, then more down on the downside. So that's what I'd be looking for. Up here, close above, more on the upside. Close below here, more on the downside. So keep an eye on that. Okay. Why such small lots? I'll answer that question. Seems you're trading with small lots. Okay, yeah. That will be the last question I answer for you guys. Why such small lots? Okay, so I have a $9,760 account, right? That's decent. And I'm trading my first level at 0.5 lots, 0.05. And I do that to martingale the second order. And then after after the second order, I trade the same lots on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th levels until I hit the drawdown on the account of 7%, or I come out with profit. And the lower I trade lower lots because I'm safe. I'm a safe trader. I don't want to over risk my account. I shoot for 3 to 5% profit per month if I don't have any losses, and 3 to 5% is totally fine to me. That's more than enough profit overall. And I could technically use more because I know I've said that you can use up to 14 times my risk level, but 14 times means you'd be putting 100% of your account at risk. So if I did 2 times, I would have a potential loss. I would be doubling my loss at 14%, and I'd also be doubling my profit. Now, it's something that I can talk about with Nick if that's something that I can do for the future if he decides to take me on as a VIP member. Then I can talk about increasing my risk and things like that. But right now, I like it at 7%. It's under 10%. I feel like 7% is very attainable for most traders. It's easy to work with. It's not a large hit to the account. It's a decent cutoff. A lot of you were saying, why do people hold on to trades so long? And I understand that. I don't want to hold on to my trades for very long. And this is just about to take profit, guys. The pound Aussie. And let's see if it hits when I'm here. So I do a cutoff because I don't want to hold on to trades too long. The farther it gets from home, the harder it is for it to come back. And so with that mentality, that's why I do have a cutoff of 7%, and I risk the way I do because I feel like it's a good balance. So with that said, I think I'm going to end the stream for today. And if you guys want to join my signal, I'm going to post it here. You can get 2 free weeks, of trading my signal. I'm also going to post it on YouTube as well. Now, for those of you watching on YouTube, this is not a martingale. Gosh dang it, guys. I have martingale the first order. I see martingale coming all over the place. I martingale the very first order, and all the orders after that are not martingale. You need to look up the definition of martingale first before you start trying to figure out what it is. Martingale is when you're doubling the order every single trade. I do the martingale on the first order to the second order, but after that I do not martingale. I do basket trading after that. So get your facts straight. All right, so I think that's it for today. My trade just closed out in profit. Congratulations to those on the MAM account. We're looking at some more profit, and I'm going to close out my pending order that's left over. This will be the last trade for today. I'm going out of town for this weekend, so I won't be putting any more trades in likely for the rest of the day. So I'm really glad that you guys were able to see that profit take, that position take profit, especially for those people on YouTube that are very skeptical for how this kind of trading works. Anyways, I think that's it. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday at 9:30 a.m. for some more trading, and hope you make some profit.